Welcome to Storytime with Kit, and on today's episode, we're reading Paulette the Pinkest Puppy in the World by Tim Bugbird and Stuart Lynch. Let's go! This is a tale of a puppy whose name was Paulette. She was much like her brothers and sisters, with a difference you'd never forget. She had blue eyes like her sister Bessie, and big ears like her brother Dale, and just like her cousin Jessie, the cutest curly tail. But one quite remarkable feature meant Paulette was never in sync, a truly unusual creature. Paulette was totally pink! Not gold, not brown, not black, or white, not green, or red, or blue, or purple, or yellow with dots and stripes. Paulette was too pink to be true. This would have been fine and dandy for a piglet, a starfish, or a bird. But a puppy? The color of candy? The idea was simply absurd. Wherever she went, puppies would point and say, "Well, look at that. Paulette looks silly. I mean, really?" So she tried to hide under a hat. But the trouble with wearing a big, floppy hat, while it covered up some of the pink, was she'd bump into things with a bang and a splat. It drove Paulette to the brink. And then one day she had a fall. It was truly the final straw. Her face covered up, she saw nothing at all, and tripped on a trike to the floor. She knocked herself out, but soon came around, and she grabbed what she thought was a post. But the post was a ladder, not stuck in the ground. "Uh-oh," she thought, "I'm toast." As the ladder wobbled, it knocked a pail of paint that was high on a sill. The puppies below began to wail, "Look out, it's going to spill!" The petrified pups simply froze. They didn't have time to think. Covered in gunk from their heads to their toes, their coats were sticky and pink. The goop wouldn't wash out, and nor would the goo, so Paulette's mom took out her clippers. There was only one thing she could possibly do, but it gave the poor pups the shivers. Paulette's mom clipped each one. It felt like such a shame. But the puppies saw, when the job was done, underneath they were all the same. "You're not so different after all," said Mom to Paulette with a wink. "And when they look back, I think they'll recall it was nice to be a bit pink." It could have been a disastrous day had Paulette not been the kind to look at things a different way. From the fuss a thought sprung to mind. She opened a salon, pink cuts and more, giving pedicures, perms, and dyes. She was the bark of the park. Now everyone saw Paulette through a fresh pair of eyes. Her clientele were the smartest in town, with coats combed, braided, and curled, and Paulette became famous for miles around for being the happiest pup in the world. And that's the end of Paulette, the Pinkest Puppy in the World. Thanks for watching and listening to Storytime with Kit. Make sure to like and subscribe, and happy reading.